Hi everyone, welcome to the Songsmith video blog where we answer questions that you write into our website about songwriting, producing, recording, performing, just anything that an artist deals with, in getting better at their craft. So today's question comes from Sheena, and she's asking about song structure, a very key element in songwriting, and she's asking, how important is the structure? Are there certain structures that are more professional or used a lot in popular songs? And the answer to that, is basically just yes. Song structure is one of the most important elements of writing, and it helps facilitate just the general package of your song and how well it's received and how well you're communicating your emotions and your story. So, I like to think of it as a car analogy. Like if you were going to a car dealer to buy a new car, you can think of that as your listener listening to your song. You walk on the dealership and you really like this new model they've come out with, and so you purchase it, and they bring it to you in parts, just pieces all over the place in different boxes, and they say, here you go, here's your car, you got to put it together. And that's pretty much what song structure can or cannot do for your song. You're not going to do too well. That dealership's not going to do too well if that's how they're giving people their cars. Nope, they want to see a shiny, beautiful put together machine that they can get into, is easy to drive and figure out, and they can enjoy. So that's the same thing you want to do with your song. You've got to structure it so that as soon as the listener engages with it, that it's fun for them, that it's easy to understand, that they can experience the emotions without having to wonder where you're going or what you're doing with this song. So I hope that helps as an analogy there. But again, structure is extremely important. Now, is there a certain structure that's more often used than not? Of course. Most you'll know it most if you say, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. That is the standard pop formula that you're going to hear on the radio with most songs. Is you might have a little intro. You start with a verse, you hit your chorus, you come back to a verse, you hit your chorus again, have a bridge, an epic moment there in your bridge that drops right back into your chorus to end the song. So, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Now, can you modify that? Of course. But it is a tried and true formula that, again, it facilitates the journey for your listener to get them where you want them to be in your song. So you can modify it by putting two verses before your chorus. A lot of times verses might be a little short, so you can get in a couple pieces of the story before you get to your hook. They can't be long and drawn out, but it is a way to do that. And then you do a shorter, like half verse or one verse as your second verse, or after the first chorus, to kind of still do another verse but not draw it out so long as two more verses. So hope that makes sense. You can start with the chorus. If you've got a really strong hook, like it's a dance song or it's an anthem, a lot of songs will start with that chorus to get their hook right in someone's face before they even start the story. So you just have to see whether your song, is that facilitates that. There is another structure that works really well with story songs, where most of the song it's all verses, and so you never really hit a repetitive chorus. It's actually verse, 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 and then what they do is they have a chorus, but it acts like a bridge, so they don't repeat that a bunch of times. It's just this big moment. The orchestra comes in, it lifts to a big dynamic and declares something out, and then they may go back to the first verse to kind of end the story where it started. Just listen to songs on the radio, listen to some of your favorite artists. You're going to see these things. And with that all verse structure, what you want to do is have your hook at the end or somewhere in each verse. So like the last line of each verse will be the same line every time, or maybe the first little beginning of that verse is the same every time. So that's not a typical formula, but it is something you may want to explore. But if you're looking for that tried and true formula as for song structure, it's going to be verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. So that's how you want to do that. The structure of the song always should focus its energy into the strong points of your song. So if your hook and your chorus is your big moment, which it should be, make sure that your structure is set up so that it gets there quickly and that it repeats it often. So make sure that your structure is playing to your strengths of your song there. And then it's going to facilitate the journey from beginning to end for your listener, to make sure that from the moment they start listening, they have an easy time engaging and remembering everything you're telling them while feeling all those emotions, and that ultimately you're taking them to a destination so that at the end of the song they feel fulfilled, they feel satisfied, and they want to listen to it again. So I hope this helped. I think the next video blog we're going to actually tackle the song sections, because we can talk about structure all day long, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, but now we really need to understand what is a verse, what is a chorus, what is a bridge, and we're really going to dig into that next time. So I hope to see you there. Follow us on our Twitter, on our Facebook, on everywhere. So I'll put those links up, and write in your questions. If you go to songsmithcreative.com, we have a contact there, and you can email in your questions, and we'd be happy to answer them here on the video blog. Thanks so much, and see you soon.